But the bulk of this, the strength of this, you only see about 10% of who we are when we come together in public. And I make it real clear, you don't have to come. We just want the commitment and the pledge. We're going to keep you informed. But if you feel like that your employment might be threatened or something, if there's any kind of apprehension, it is not offensive to me at all for you to stay away. And we make that clear with everyone because we understand the environment that's here. And I don't want to put anybody in that kind of place because I'm not going to pay a mortgage payment for anybody. And so we the strength of this organization is invisible. But we do need workers, a good base, 5 to 10% of our base. And we actually, some of our group people are people that don't even come to the meetings because they're willing to go and deal in their circle and get their people, but just not really not interested in being in the news. And I completely understand that. But that's going to be the bulk of what we're doing, and is to get those group organizers. And so anyone that's in here, and if you want to throw your hand up quick, they'll get it on roll and Q. That's Rolanda, and that's Q. I call you Q so much I forgot you. One dimensional. They'll get you your stack of 15 and more if you want it now, or you can come to us, to us after the meeting and say, hey, I'd like a stack of 15. And but when you fill this out, make sure you check on there that you want about group organizing, because my major work is going to be to make sure that we have 40 group organizers. And so after we leave tonight, if we only have 10, then lets me know that I got to get out and find 30 more organizers that's going to go and get 15 commitments. And so it's a real simple plan that there's not a lot of fanfare. There's not going to be these huge crowds. I was talking to Sheldon, reporting, and she was asking for a picture, and she did a wonderful article for us over the weekend, and she was wondering if we had any pictures, and I was basically like, this is really not one that you're going to get a big massive picture photo op from, because probably 85 to 90% of our group is really invisible, and but we've shown that we have power, and we're going to move that same kind of power to the county level. And so that's why, in addition, we still have our database of more than 400. But as I get 40 more, now we're going to begin, that 40 more that's going to go get those 15. Now we're going to begin to, and that's my addition, right? That's about 600. Then we're going to build that strong. We're going to go towards building that strong county database that by 2018 we might be able to make some folks at least listen to us on the county level, county-wide level. So that's really the plan. I wanted to show you something. Could you check and see if some stuff that I had planned out, if it came out of the country? Oh, here it is right here. Yeah, let me just show you something real quick. I want to show you something that should make you say, you know what, we got to do better than this right here. So my staple thing didn't work out the way I wanted, but basically what you're going to do is when you look at the staple, it's going to, on your first page, it's going to be to your right at the top instead of to your left at the top. The first page is going to be to the right at the top. And this is what I want you to look at. And this is more for the county. I want to show you how you, and this doesn't assume, because we have Republicans and Democrats in this room, but if you're a Democrat, you kind of get stepped on when it comes to electing some of your leaders. And so if you look at that first one, the clerk of court, look at those two withdrawals. Basically what happens is that when we're headed to the primaries, you'll have someone that will come in and have no party affiliation. They might, and so that means that now the primary is going to be closed. And so Republicans will elect their candidate in the primary. There's an independent. This is one where they'll wait to the general. But the Democrats, if there was one Democrat, two or three Democrat, they would have their primary, and then you'd have the general election to where the winners from each would meet in the general. Well, what's done here in St. Johns County, it's not nothing new with political system. It's done everywhere where we happen to live in St. Johns County. They'll get a write-in. Democratic Party not really strong here, and I think we're probably stronger than the Democratic Party. I hate about offending anybody in the Democratic Party. But what they'll do is to put a write-in just to close the primaries, and then as soon as the primaries are over, they'll withdraw. And so now whoever won that primary, there's nobody for them to run against in the general. Well, what we can begin doing is if we get enough power on the countywide side, we can begin to encourage some people. You know, you'll never get somebody way left, but it might be able to encourage some folk that are kind of in that middle, because I think most people are really independent in thought. I'm probably independent in thought in the middle. Well, all independents aren't in the middle. Just say, let me say in the middle. I'm probably in the middle in thought, but I just choose a party because you kind of got to be connected to one of them to kind of get some things done. But I'm pretty conservative in some areas. I'm pretty. I hate that word liberal. But I'm pretty the other thing in some other areas. And I think most people are. But we get hung up because we got to identify. And I think if we get really strong countywide, we might find some people that are in that center and just a little bit to the right of the center that have influence, you know, on the right, but could use some help on the left to get to run, and then we play a role in that right there. But we have to really be organized. You know, about 1,200 just to get that kind of person interested, because most people not even gonna waste money campaigning as a Democrat in a countywide election. And so you see it all the way down. You saw it with the sheriff race. You know, it was closed because you had some write-ins that withdrew. And pretty much every one of those county races, we have one that's a single district, and the school district, school board, those are single district elections, but everything else is countywide. And pretty much everyone did that, except for everybody did it, and everything was closed off. Jimmy John, their person withdrew early, so it kind of didn't, but it didn't really matter. But if that's what happened when you see all these withdrawals, that there was no party affiliation or something like that, or that's what happened. They did that to close it off. And so when we strengthen the countywide side of the 300 concerned citizens, no need to change our name. If we get 3,000, we're not going to change the 3,000 concerned citizens. We keep it 300. I like people thinking we're little and it's insignificant. But when we make a move, folks will know. And we're not going to make a move until we know that we have enough power to do it, so we keep a strong name. So those are the races that are going on, and so you can keep that for yourself. So you can see as you have coming up, you see the runoffs that are coming up. So that's kind of the plan that we'll do. But the group organizers is the most important piece. We got to get 40 of them to get us 15 of these signed pledges, and everybody here that's interested in being a part, whether you want to be a group organizer or not, make sure you leave this completed form today so that you'll get added to the blast and to the automated calls to keep you up to date. And then if you might not want to be a group leader, but you might know someone that says, hey, I'd like to, and all you would have to do is just email and say, hey, send me a form. And then we can print off 15, and I got somebody that wants to do it. But that's all we need to do to keep our strength going to where we can. We're fine on the city level. I mean, we still have our plus 300 strong on the city level, but I still want you to get more city voters. And now we're even becoming more diverse because now we have some groups, like some neighborhoods associations and things like that, that are kind of waiting to see what direction that we're gonna go, and they're kind of making a commitment to go in the direction that we want to go. And so it's not just stuff where we have groups that think like us, that are saying, hey, we like what you all did last time, and we want to go with you over this time. And so we have some good influence. We're fine on the city level, but we're not going to get lazy. But on the county level, we do need to build up that database so that in 2018 we can make a difference. Is there anybody now that want to throw your hand up to be a group leader, or you all just want to handle that in?
I would like to think about that. I'm a county resident.
Okay.
Brother White here, American Legion Post. That's what.
Okay.
Brother White, you're very active. But I would like to make that decision later on.
Okay.
Seems like something I want to do because I hear what you're saying. It's very important to have that kind of strength and numbers.
I appreciate that. All right. So let's move forward. And now we are at what are our issues? I think it's going to be important to us as we move forward. We need to know what we think is important, so that we can kind of, we have our platform. These are the issues that we think are important. Like last time, one of the major ones was diversity in city employment as related to the city races, and that issue worked for us. And we made a difference. We've doubled our employment rate since the last election in African American employment, and I think it's working better for everyone. And so we want to decide, what are our issues? What do we think is important? So right now, I'm just going to kind of leave the floor open for you all to kind of just start dialogue, and people can respond just to tell some things that you think they are important, why they're important, what makes you raise the issue. Is there anybody that has some stuff that they would like to throw out there with the group that we should consider?
Yeah, I do. Right business.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in the 60s, and I grew up in Lincolnville, and we had businesses. We were independent, we operated on our own, we didn't beg for stuff. Barbershops, taxi cab stands, rec rooms, churches, everything was right here that we needed. We didn't want for anything. And when I left and went in the military and came back, everything's just gone. I'm like, wow, I went to fight for my country, and come back home, there's no job, there's no businesses, and that's something I hold dear to me because I'm self-employed. I've been for the last 15 years, because I see that, working for somebody else is not getting, and then trying to keep a job and find a high-paying job. I took computer accounting when I was in D.C. I came down here, it was just like, nobody's doing that,
So then here's my question. Do you think that government hinders the ability to have black-owned business?
I know they do. I've been down to the Small Business Administration. I've reached out to them as, being a lay person and, told them the things that we're looking for. I'm going to set up workshops so we can start educating our people to own businesses and be successful in. So, government hasn't really reached out there and said, hey, these are opportunities, that you guys need to look into.
Okay. Any responses or any other ideas?
Housing. Housing market over here was basically all black owned. And gentrification started coming in. They brought the drugs into Lincolnville. They let them run rampant for about 5 years. And then they started cleaning it up. When the money started coming in, people started buying houses. They would start raising the taxes where they kept the people that was on fixed income couldn't afford to pay their taxes because the taxes don't went up. So they either sell it or sell it out. And that's what brings the community down. But if it's not recognized,